you pump the hip forward, just like we've been doing in the closed guard. So if he's got me in the closed guard, right, we've been talking about, like, even from the very beginning, even now I'm letting him into the position. If this is competitive, go back, open guard again, now close your guard. It's going to be this idea, this hip. You know, I'm taking my head back, looking away, like you talk about judo guys do as well on the throws. It's this idea. My hip is leading. So if we're just talking about, like you're saying, Pete sneaking his arm under, I started sneaking my arm under. So Matt was here, the guy's got his arm like this, and what you try and do is put it, you start, if you're in Matt's position, you start sliding this under. Yeah, it just starts to slide. That's a problem. Where's my hip at the moment? I'm in this horrible L shape. So what I want to be is, it's kind of like I get a grip or whatever, but where I want to be is this hip, so try and sneak your arm under it. My hip going forward is what's going to really cause problems on this. So I'm trying to keep my hip forward. Just crunched a bit of his arm, but try and lift me there. Keep this, it's almost like it's all from here. It's trying to keep this hip kind of leading, that leg leading, and I think the reason it works is because this hip needs to be forward and this needs to retract. And the leg is just an extension of what's trying to happen, which is that, when I'm dealing with an underhook.
What's stopping him hip escaping? Is it just the distance that he would have to get to?
He can't get his knee in. There's nothing stopping him trying. He can push his shoulder in, hip retractions, and if I don't move that leg, but like look, this leg is what's stopping him. He can't clear this leg. Now do it. So if my legs are the wrong way round, I create myself a world of problems.
Actually, the same mechanics as Scarf top and that top.
Yeah.
Retracting the feet and so exactly
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. So this idea bottom, the hip has to lead. So if I'm passing on the left side, the hip leads, and this hip stays ahead of that hip, almost no matter what, just like you've been doing. And I think it actually helps to have the head back as well. As long as the guy can't get up, which is then another question, what stops him getting up, but even if he gets up, if I keep turning this way, so go up to your knees like you just did just now, you went all the way up. Yeah, I'm still on top here. I'm still on top. So there's something about keeping that hip like we've just been doing in the closed guard. And then we were doing it from the bottom as well. Everything was almost about, even from the bottom, I'm trying to create that shape of the hip extension. So we're in the closed guard. Yeah, go. We're wrestling. And all the time trying to keep this hip ahead of that one. Looking this way and climbing. Keep going. It's just right, and it seems to be the same idea again, keeping this hip forward, and it's almost inevitable you're going to find the same things going on from the bottom. I haven't thought about that yet. It's about keeping a hip extended and another hip retracted, and it's just this binary: correct, wrong, correct, wrong. And the question is which way round, depending on what we're doing. If you think about this knee bump, for me to knee bump, the other hip has to fully extend. So if I'm kneeing up the arse because it feels like that's on, this has to extend for me to do it. I can't throw a knee without that extending. So it all must be the same thing. Yeah? Let's keep going.